Tomorrow is transplant day for our pepper plants. Right now the plants are indoors, and tomorrow we will be bringing them into this greenhouse here. So today I've just been doing some greenhouse prep. I put up a layer of plastic down the middle of the greenhouse. So I'm actually gonna start the plants just on this one side. The reason I do this is when I heat the greenhouse, I'm heating less space, so it will cost less money to heat the greenhouse at the beginning, and I'll be able to get the temperature a little bit warmer. I'll show you guys here the grow bags that I will be using. So right here we have our Coco Coir Slabs, and they come compressed. Right now we're gonna go ahead and expand those grow bags, and we're also gonna be checking our dripper lines to make sure none of them are clogged. So the first thing I'm gonna do is set up this pump here. I'll just be connecting the irrigation line to this pump. Okay, so the pump's attached to the irrigation line. And this line, it just comes through a filter here first. So this is called an inline filter. It just helps prevent any clogging of the drip emitters. And the line just goes all the way down the side here. Comes to the very end. There's some T connections, and then it just runs all the way underneath these boards here, and these are the drip emitters. Okay, so all the grow bags are now on the boards, and we're just gonna plug in the irrigation pump and check all of these dripper lines here to make sure they all work. So you can see they're starting to drip out. Some of them are a little bit dirty from last year. There's a little bit of crud left in the line, but hopefully that all flushes out. So this one here is dripping. It's just the one stake, so it's not the drip emitter that's clogged, it's the spike here. So sometimes I'll just try to pull this off. Oh, it's on there tight. Okay. So now it's dripping, and sometimes it's just a little crud in there, so just give it a little whack. Put it back on, and there you go, it's dripping again. What I'm gonna do right now, I was just running plain water, so I'm gonna mix some nutrient solution into the barrel, and we're gonna expand these bags with the nutrient solution that we feed our plants. So right now we are adding the lettuce formula, which I like to use at the beginning stages of the pepper life. So that's the lettuce formula. And then we're gonna add our magnesium sulphate. And before adding the calcium nitrate, I'm going to make sure this is fully mixed up, because if we mix it in a concentrated form, the calcium nitrate could react with the other nutrients. fully dissolving the nutrients in these jugs first helps prevent a chemical reaction. So we have the nutrients pretty mixed there, and we'll add our calcium nitrate now. Okay, so now that we've added our nutrients, I'm gonna check it with the EC pen to make sure it's the proper concentration. Okay, so I checked the EC and it's good. So now we are gonna check the pH, and it says 6.1, 6.2, which is still in range, but I wanna see the pH a little bit lower, more around 5.7. So right now I'm just adding some phosphoric acid, and I'm adding small amounts at a time with the water mixing, and it takes a little bit of time for the reading to stabilize. So I'm just going to keep slowly adding it until the pH reaches 5.7. Okay, so now we're at 5.7 pH, the EC is 2.7, and we are now going to finish expanding the grow bags. The plants are all ready to go to the greenhouse. So right now we're just gonna load them up in this box here. We have all the plants here, and now I'll just show you guys how I transplant them. So in each of these grow slabs, I'm going to be putting 3 plants evenly spaced throughout, and each plant will have its own dripper here. Okay, so I'm going to cut the plastic here. And we just pull that plastic piece off. We'll get our grow block and just make sure it has good contact with the Coco Coir. Then we'll get our drip emitters, and we'll put 1 on each side. So when we stick them in, put it in the corner, and just try not to stick it too far into the block. Just far enough that the dripper is secured. So the next thing we want to do once our plants are transplanted, we want to cut some drainage holes in the grow bags. So right at the bottom here, we're just going to cut a little triangle out there to make sure that there is adequate drainage. We don't want any pooling inside of the grow slab. So I'm going to go ahead and cut 3 more holes. So I'm going to cut 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and at the end on this side. I'm also going to do the same thing on the other side of the grow slab. We have all the plants transplanted now, and we are running the irrigation. So with these drip emitters, it's just a steady drip like that. So I'm just trying to water them real quick. It's always a good idea to water your plants right after transplant to make sure they root into the media. And so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to set up the pump here on a timer. So I just have one of these. It's a VivoSun timer. You could set 20 irrigation events. So I think for now I'm gonna set up a irrigation in the morning, midday, and end of the day. So 3 times a day, probably about maybe 15-30 minutes after the sun comes up. I'll water them for about maybe 10 minutes, and then I'll probably just do another 10 minutes midday, 10 minutes at the end of the day, just to ensure that the roots go into the grow bag. We don't want the block here to dry up too much. If this block dries up, they will not root into the bag. So it's really important to keep watering while the roots are growing into the grow bag. So that's pretty much it for this video. I'm gonna finish cutting the drainage holes in these bags, and I'm gonna seal up the plastic so that we could keep the heat on this side of the greenhouse. We're gonna make sure that our pepper plants stay warm tonight because it's cold outside, there's a ton of snow, and we want temperatures around 20 Celsius while our plants are rooting into the grow bags. That temperature is really important, especially at the beginning, to get those plants growing into the grow bag and have strong vegetative growth in the first week or so. I'll see you guys in the next video with more updates about the pepper hydroponic greenhouse.